In this video, I'm going to share with you the number one thing that has helped my career as a software developer. And we'll do it right after this. Welcome back, friends. It's Dan Vega back with another video, and I hope you are all having a fantastic day. If you're new to this channel, I've been writing software for over 20 years now, and I love to take my experiences and share them with all of you. So if you want to learn to code, you are in the right place. We will do that through a series of tips, tricks, tutorials, discussions like the one we're going to have today, and even product reviews. If you're interested in that type of content, please hit that subscribe button and don't miss another video. With that, let's dive into today's discussion. All right, I know the title and probably even the intro for this video sounded a little bit like clickbait, but I promise you it is not. So the number one thing that has helped me in my career as a software developer is, drumroll, blogging. So I know that sounds like a weird answer, and I promise we're going to get into it in this video. You might have expected something like hard work, but I'm just going to kind of assume that we all realize that hard work, anything worth doing, you're going to have to put some hard work into it. So my answer is blogging, and in this video, we're going to get into why. I also want to be very clear that you do not need to go out and start a blog and do everything that I talk about in this video to have a successful career as a developer. There are many paths, and this is just my path. I do want to just take some time, reflect on my career, and kind of share with you some of the things that have worked for me, and one of those is definitely, the biggest one, is blogging. These lessons also apply to other mediums, things like public speaking, YouTube, obviously very big, and things like social media. This is just one avenue, and the avenue that I went down. So again, just a little caveat before we get into all of the reasons why blogging has helped my career. All right, now I want to jump into the 5 reasons that I think blogging has really impacted my career as a software developer. All right, number 1 is building a real-world project. So when I started blogging, there weren't platforms like Medium or Dev.to. Kind of had to roll our own. And in that case, the community that I was in had some really great projects, and one of which was an open source project that I could download, install on my local machine, and learn how to build a blog. So not all blogs are the same, so I didn't want mine to be the same as everyone else's. So it was really fun learning how to customize it, add features on that weren't built into the platform, even contribute back to the project as I did. So being able to get some real world experience as a junior developer was something that is tangible. It wasn't just on my local machine. When I was done building it, I put it out into the wild. I put it out for other people to see. Maybe not a lot at that time, maybe a lot of friends and family, but it was still out there for others to see. And it was something I was really proud of. It was a project that was out there, wasn't making any money off it, but again, a real world project as a junior developer that I had a vested interest in. It was something I was really passionate about. So that is probably my number 1 reason, was it just gave me some real world experience as a junior developer. The number 2 reason that I think blogging really helped my career as a software developer was when you have to blog about something, when you have to write about something or shoot a video about something, you better know the subject very well. So I found myself thinking about blog topics or articles that I wanted to write, and I realized quickly that I didn't know everything about that particular subject. Now, I didn't want to sound dumb or pretend like I knew everything, so I had an interest in going in and really doing the research for the article that I was writing. Now, as I was younger, that didn't always translate into really good articles. But I knew that if I was going to talk on a subject, I needed to know it. And so I think anytime you have to explain something, even if it's to a coworker, you might find yourself, well, let me just go read up on this for a minute before I go off and go ahead, shoot myself in the foot. So I think it's very important, whether you are public speaking, you're doing a presentation at a meetup group or a conference, or writing an article or shooting a video. These are all great things because they make you prepare for what you're going to present on. Number 3 is community. So as I started writing articles and sharing my lessons learned with others, I started getting a lot of feedback from others in the community. Hey, thanks for sharing this with me, Dan. I really was struggling with this. I ran into this issue, but you explained it very well and I got through it. And so those kinds of comments really hit home, because at first it was just a reason for me to build this project and write about something I was interested in. But then I quickly realized, wow, I'm actually like really helping people with this. Like, other people are running into the same issues, and for some reason, the way I explain things is starting to gravitate with others. And so as that happened, I started developing friends in the community, and that was really great. Being able to go to conferences and see the same people and just really like develop that community with these other folks who had the same interests and passion as me was really great, because when it came time when I was struggling with something, I knew that they were out there writing articles about that, and I could find answers to that as well. So I think just developing a sense of community with whatever language or framework you're in, you don't need to be the rock star or even do everything in a community, but just like kind of knowing the names, talking to them, you say hi to them on Twitter, maybe you get to see people at conferences. It's just fun. It helps you like feel like you're more involved, and it's not just, hey, I'm writing code in this specific language. All right, the number 4 reason that I think blogging really helped my career as a software developer is speaking opportunities. So I talked about community a lot. What came from these articles and community were speaking opportunity at conferences. And I think these are speaking opportunities that I might not have had if it weren't for my blog and my involvement in the community. So nowadays, there's tons and tons of conferences, and it's really hard to make yourself stand out when you're trying to submit proposals to conferences. So one thing that you can do to kind of separate yourself is have something that they can go back to and see, like, here's my blog where I'm talking on these talking points all the time. Here's a YouTube channel where I'm recording screencasts on this specific language or framework. And here are like some projects. Here's my GitHub account. Here are projects that I'm working on in this language or frameworks. So you really need, it's a way to kind of make yourself stand out. And if speaking at conferences is something that you want to do, or meetup groups, again, just another way to kind of make yourself stand out from the crowd. So I really kind of contribute my blog, my involvement in the community to getting a lot of the speaking opportunities I did early in my career. The number 5 reason that I think blogging has really helped my career as a software developer is jobs. So just as we talked about when we were mentioning speaking opportunities, I think jobs live in the same vein. Because your name is out there, you're doing things, you're involved in the community, you're speaking. These things, all that started from a blog, can lead to jobs. So I met a lot of people in the community, most of which lived off of a reputation of me either speaking at a conference or all of these articles that I've written. And that's got my foot in the door. Now, I still had to go in and be prepared and really like show off that I'm passionate about what I do and that I'm interested in this position. But I really think like these types of things can get your foot in the door as a junior developer and even a senior developer these days. So it's even gotten to the point, especially later in your career, these things will turn into others asking you about employment. So if you kind of get involved in a community, you're doing something that puts yourself out there, this may even lead to people asking you if you're interested in a job with them. So I think obviously we all hopefully like to do this for fun. We're passionate about software development, but at the end of the day, we do have careers, right? We all need to make money, make a living, support our families. So if this is something that could help us in that endeavor, help us find jobs, I don't see a really big downside to doing so. So maybe consider that if you're ever thinking about starting a blog or YouTube channel or social media account, those kinds of things. All right, so just to recap, my 5 reasons that I think blogging has really helped my career as a software developer. Number 1, building a real-world project as a junior developer. Number 2, when you have to blog about something, you better know that topic pretty well. Number 3, community. Number 4, speaking opportunities. And number 5, jobs. Again, I just want to point out that you do not need to go out and start a blog or start a YouTube channel today to be a successful developer. There are plenty of ways to impact your career that have nothing to do with that stuff. So this is just me reflecting on my career and some things that have worked for me. All right, friends, question of the day. What are some of your favorite bloggers to follow? I'm going to leave that question below, and I'd love to see your answers to that. If you found value in this video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video. I hope all of you have an awesome rest of your day wherever you are. And as always, happy coding, friends.